Good morning all. Welcome to today's class on vector analysis. Today we discuss differentiation rule for vector functions. Now we prove sum and difference rule. That is, we prove that if u and v are differentiable functions of t, then d by dt of u plus v is equal to du by dt plus dv by dt, and d by dt of u minus v is equal to du by dt minus dv by dt. So proof. Let u of t is equal to f1 of t I plus f2 of t j plus f3 of t k, and v of t equal to g1 of t I plus g2 of t j plus g3 of t k. Then u of t plus v of t is f1 of t plus g1 of t I plus f2 of t plus g2 of t j plus f3 of t plus g3 of t k. Therefore, d by dt of u plus v, we can write it as u prime u plus v the whole prime. This is equal to d by dt of f1 plus g1 I plus d by dt of f2 plus g2 j plus d by dt of f2 plus f3 plus g3 k. So that is equal to f1 prime plus g1 prime I plus f2 prime plus g2 prime j plus f3 prime plus g3 prime k. So this is equal to f1 prime I plus f2 prime j plus f3 prime k plus g1 prime I plus g2 prime j plus g3 prime k. So this is equal to u prime of t plus v prime of t. That is u plus v the whole prime equal to u prime plus v prime. This proves the sum rule. Now we prove difference rule. Let u of t is equal to f1 of ti plus f2 of tj plus f3 of tk. V of t is equal to g1 of ti plus g2 of tj plus g3 of tk. Then u of t minus v of t is f1 of t minus g1 of ti plus f2 of t minus g2 of tj plus f3 of t minus g3 of tk. Therefore, d by dt of u of t minus v of t is, this is equal to d by dt of f1 of t minus g1 of ti plus d by dt of f2 of t minus g2 of tj plus d by dt of f3 of t minus g3 of tk. So that is equal to f1 prime of t minus g1 prime of t I plus f2 prime of t minus g2 prime of t j plus f3 prime of t minus g3 prime of t k. So this is equal to f1 prime of t I plus f2 prime of t j plus f3 prime of t k minus g1 prime of t I plus g2 prime of t j plus g3 prime of t k. So that is equal to u prime of t minus v prime of t. Now we do dot product rule. So for which let u of t is equal to u1 of ti plus u2 of tj plus u3 of tk, and v of t equal to v1 of ti plus v2 of tj plus v3 of tk. Then we have u dot b is u1 v1 plus u2 v2 plus u3 v3. Therefore d by dt of u dot b, this is equal to d by dt of u1 of t into v1 of t plus d by dt of u2 of t into v2 of t plus d by dt of u3 of t into v3 of t. So this is equal to, you can use product rule here. So this is u1 of t into v1 prime of t plus u1 prime of t into v1 of t plus u2 of t into v2 prime of t plus u2 prime of t into v2 of t plus u3 of t into v3 prime of t plus u3 prime of t into v3 of t. So this is equal to, you take terms containing vi primes together and terms containing ui primes together. So this is equal to u1 of t into v1 prime of t plus u2 of t into v2 prime of t plus u3 of t into v3 prime of t plus u1 prime of t into v1 of t plus u2 prime of t into v2 of t plus u3 prime of t into v3 of t. This is equal to u dot v prime plus this is u prime dot v. Since u dot v prime is u1i plus u2j plus u3k dot v1 prime I plus v2 prime j plus v3 prime k. So this is equal to u1 v1 prime plus u2 v2 prime plus u3 v3 prime. Similarly, u prime dot v, this is equal to u1 prime I plus u2 prime j plus u3 prime k dot v1 I plus v2 j plus v3 k. So this is equal to u1 prime v1 plus u2 prime v2 plus u3 prime v3. So from these two equations you are getting this, that is d by dt of u dot p, this is equal to u dot dv by dt plus du by dt dot p. Since dot product is commutative, you can reverse the order also, no problem. Now we prove cross product rule. We have limit h tends to 0, u of t plus h minus u of t divided by h is equal to u prime of t, is equal to d by dt of u of t. Therefore d by dt of u of t cross v of t, this is equal to limit h tends to 0, u of t plus h cross v of t plus h minus u of t cross v of t divided by h. So this is equal to, now adding and subtracting u of t cross v of t plus h, we get this is equal to limit h tends to 0, u of t plus h into v of t cross v of t plus h minus u of t cross v of t plus h plus u of t cross v of t plus h minus u of t cross v of t, all divided by h. So this is equal to limit h tends to 0, u of t plus h minus u of t, take v of t plus h outside, cross v of t plus h, so plus you take u of t outside, so this is u of t in t cross v of t plus h minus v of t, all divided by h. So this is equal to a limit h tends to 0, u of t plus h minus u of t divided by h into limit h tends to 0 cross limit h tends to 0 v of t plus h plus limit h tends to 0 u of t cross limit h tends to 0 limit h tends to 0 v of t plus h minus v of t divided by h. So this is equal to u prime of t cross v, because as h tends to 0, v of t plus h is v of t, plus u prime of t plus u of t cross, that is v prime of t. So here the order of the cross product is very important, and limit h tends to 0, u of t is u of t itself, that is u cross b the whole prime equal to u prime cross b plus u cross v prime. Now we prove chain rule. So here you let f of t equal to s, that is s is a differentiable scalar function of t. Then u of f of t is equal to u of s let it be some a of s into I plus b of s into j plus c of s into k. Therefore, d by dt of u of s, this is equal to d by dt of a of s into I is equal to d by dt of a of s into I plus d by dt of b of s into j plus d by dt of c of s into k, where a of s, b of s and c of s are real functions of s. So a is a function of s and s is a function of t. So you can apply chain rule for real functions here. So this is equal to d by ds of a of s into ds by dt plus d by ds of b of s into ds by dt j plus d by ds of c of s into ds by dt. This is equal to ds by dt into dA by ds I plus dB of s divided by ds j plus d by ds of c of s into k. So this is equal to ds by dt into, this is actually du by ds. This is equal to ds by dt into du by ds. Now we have s is equal to f of t implies ds by dt equal to df by dt. Therefore, d by dt of u of f of t equal to df by dt into du by dt from this, from star. So this is known as the chain rule. That is d by dt of u of f of t. This is equal to f prime of t into d by dt of u of f of t, and that is equal to f prime of t into u prime of f of t. Now we prove a result. If r is a differentiable function of t of constant length, then r dot dr by dt equal to 0. That is, we can say that if r is a differentiable vector function of t of constant length, then the vectors r prime of t and r of t are orthogonal. So we assume that r is a differentiable vector function of t of constant length. Let r of t be a differentiable vector function of constant length. That is, modulus of r of t is a constant. We have r of t dot r of t is equal to modulus of r of t into modulus of r of t into cos of the angle between r of t and r of t, so that is 0. Cos 0, angle between r of t and r of t is 0. So this is equal to modulus of r of t square, and let it be some c. So it is equal to c square. Therefore, d by dt of r of t dot r of t equal to 0, because c is a constant. Now you use the dot product rule. this is equal to r of t dot dr by dt plus dr by dt dot r of t equal to 0. So this implies 2 times, because dot product is commutative, 2 times r of t dot dr by dt equal to 0. So this implies r of t dot dr by dt equal to 0. So this implies r of t dot r prime of t equal to 0. Thus we have, if r is a differentiable vector function of t of constant length, then r dot dr by dt equal to 0. And since r dot dr by dt equal to 0, the angle between r of t and r dash of t is pi by 2. So this implies angle between r of t and r dash of t is pi by 2, because their dot product is 0. That is, r of t is orthogonal to r dash of t, or r of t and r dash of t are orthogonal.